the last few months have been a real test. At the moment, a large part of our production is still in the warehouse because the price in Bulgaria for sunflower seed last few months was very lower than the production price for that seed for us.
Like this Bulgarian cereal farmer, many farmers in Eastern Europe have delayed selling their production while waiting for prices to rise. But with the approach of the harvest, time is running out. They have been demonstrating for several weeks to demand more control over Ukrainian grain exports, considered responsible for the fall in prices. They denounced the ineffectiveness of the solidarity corridors, the tax-free transit routes for Ukrainian goods on roads, rails and in European ports. Grain intended for the other markets and emerging countries, but which finally flooded the countries bordering Ukraine. Farmers say they support the transit of Ukrainian goods through Europe, but not at the expense of their local economy.
It's no problem for us to transit all that production, but at the moment, transit is not a real transit. It's stay here in Bulgaria.
In response to this protest, Bulgaria, Hungary and Slovakia have announced bans on Ukrainian grain imports until the end of June. They want to be able to control the amount of Ukrainian goods that enter their markets, for example with sealed containers or trucks. Measures contrary to European law.
An individual member state cannot unilaterally impose trade restriction on a third party. In the European Union, the competence to deal with trade policy and to adopt trade measures lies exclusively with the European Union and with the European Commission.
To appease the countries affected, the EU has offered to provide more than €150 million in emergency aid to farmers. Romania and Poland have now suspended the ban on the transit of Ukrainian grain, after the EU said any aid would be dependent on the withdrawal of restrictions.
Avancer vers un cadre européen.